So have you gotten that new Disney Plus yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, isn't it? Did you notice what they did to the Greedo and Han scene in A New Hope?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. I have spoken.
Oh,
What's
okay.
going on, guys? We're the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And we are here today with a Schmoedown reaction for you. We're still in the tournament. That's what it is. It is still in the tournament. I was trying to be poetic there. I guess it doesn't work.
Way to delay for time for the names to drop off, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be Loose Cannons versus Crimson Fury. If you don't know who those teams are, why are you watching this video?
Well, I mean, they've only been in one match each, so I mean, it's not hard to maybe pass over them. But I mean, here's the thing: they're both really good teams.
They're also made up of people who've consistently been in the Schmoedown for a while. So,
for the most part, I mean, some of them are. At least one of them is new this season. So we got Loose Cannons, which is the current singles belt champion Paul Oyama and Eric Zipper, both from the Dungeon. Dungeon head represent.
Hand gesture, whatever the Dungeon hand gesture is.
Whatever is a politically correct hand gesture to make in a video.
Cussed in sign language. My bad.
Probably.
That's not good for our channel.
And then you've got Crimson Fury, which is from Korruption and made up of Stacy Howard and Tim Franco.
The tank.
The traitor to late to the party. So I think we kind of have to go with Loose Cannons on this one. In fact, I think that's what it shows on our bracket.
Let's take a look at that bad boy.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like we've got Loose Cannons on this. I mean, which makes sense because, again, going back to the fact that Paul Oyama's the current team or current singles champion.
Yeah, there's a champion on that team, so it's kind of a smart bet to go for the team that has the champion on it.
Now, here's the thing. Stacy Howard gave us like one of the biggest upsets in the singles tournament.
Can she go 2 for 2?
Can she do it again?
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome to see.
So the question is, do we consider that an upset if Crimson Fury wins this one?
Yes, that would be an upset.
Because I think we're underestimating Tim Franco at that point, if that's the case. Because Tim Franco, though he hasn't been in that many matches, if I recall correctly, hasn't lost a match yet.
And Tim Franco is a good player. It's not that I feel like we're underestimating him. I just think we're properly estimating Paul Oyama. And again, not to throw Zipper's skill under the bus either. Zipper is good. Zipper can also help fill in like possible gaps that Paul Oyama probably doesn't have. But
yeah,
but I mean, he's a good support for that team, and I think the two of them. The thing about teams that I really like, yeah, I know, is you do have that other person to bounce the idea off of. In the questions that you're allowed to collaborate in, if you're not certain, you're like, hey, I think it might be Tom Hanks that played Forrest Gump. What do you think?
I think that's true. Here, I got an idea to bounce off of you. Let's get into this.
That would be good, too. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. That's, I guess, his thoughts, too, because he's in with this. Let's get into this match.
Here we go.
Right now.
Yeah, got an autograph session at Mitchell Walker. Look, her team wants me on a show to be interviewed. It's a busy time.
Yeah! What's up, prime time? Woo. I gotta tell you guys something. I'm proud of this kid bringing his championship back home where it belongs. All these clowns are trying to figure out what hit him. The dungeon. That's right. Now we need to figure out what moron you're gonna run through on your way to that soap star Kalinowski. I want that IG belt. Obviously, you're gonna take out whatever chunk they throw at you. But let's focus on what's really important, boys. The Loose Cannons. It's time to bring a tag team championship home back to the dungeon.
Are we married to the name The Loose Cannons? Just because I don't want people to think I'm unstable. You know, I've been working on my anger issues.
Damn it, Zipper. You know I've trademarked that name. Loose Cannons the keychains. Loose Cannons the koozies. Loose Cannon hoodies. It's already trademarked.
We're going to see like a percentage of all of that, though, right?
Oh, Zipper. No. Should know by now that percentage goes to the Dungeon Snack Fund. Gotta get those pork rinds
Hello,
and
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
And
Miss
Brienne.
Movies.
The thick of the ultimate Schmoedown tournament. Today it's the Loose Cannons taking on Crimson Fury. My name is Mark Baby Carrots Ellis, and I'm thrilled to be joined at the answer desk by the one, the only Miss Movies is here. Brienne Chandler, everyone.
I'm here.
Yeah, we haven't seen Brienne Chandler on here in
I
a
think this is the first time I've been
hot
here
minute.
since the free-for-all.
Oh, this is so
Oh,
exciting to
well,
have you be a
that
part
explains
of
it.
this.
Apparently,
A
hot
part
minute
of
is the
the
length of
hype.
time
The
between
tournament
March and
is
now.
upon us, but Brienne, before we get into all the
Who
Loose
knew?
Cannons, Crimson Fury, Dungeon,
She knew.
Corruption,
Huh.
nastiness, what's been going on with you? How you been? What you been up to?
Ooh, What have I been up to? I'm working, actually, you'll appreciate this, Mark. I've
Hit
been
me.
working on 2 minutes of stand-up.
Oh.
Just because I want to see, like, I don't know if people know this, but sometimes I'm funny.
How
Like,
many how many jokes have you written?
I have one that's really solid.
Okay.
And then I have a few, like, spattering jokes.
You sound
here and
exactly
there,
like me
here and
working
there.
on my new hour. Well, that is Brienne. I am Mark, and we are so excited about this because when you get to the team format in the Ultimate Schmoedown, Brienne, it becomes more about just the competitors on the teams. It becomes a full-on faction war. That's what we've seen with Dungeon and with Korruption. Now, the challenger, I guess you want to say, because they're the lower ranked as of today in this match, is the Loose Cannons, but they're comprised of Paul Oyama, Primetime, and Eric Z-Man Zipper. Neither one of them has lost a singles match, so how are they
How
going to
are
do as
they
a
the,
team?
wait, but then how are they the challengers in
That's the
this?
question.
That's
I mean,
what
the Loose
wanna know.
Cannons is a very young team. They're 1-0, and then they look at Crimson Fury, also 1-0, but with the one KO.
Video drew.
It's a higher ranked seat, but Loose Cannons, Paul.
We still have
what
to see
a
their
season he
match.
has had,
Looney Bin?
and
Yeah.
he's got
Oh,
a
that'll
belt
be a good
to
one.
show for it.
He does have a belt to show.
It'll
for
be a
it.
match.
Today, I think that this is also not just about these teams, but about these managers.
Absolutely.
This is like the battle for manager of the year today. in my
Manager
mind.
of the Year, Faction of the Year, Paul and Eric going up against Crimson Fury, who I know you have a little bit of history with the team Crimson
Just a
Fury.
little bit, just a little
particularly,
bit.
maybe not so much Tim the Tank Franco, but
Yeah.
Sassy Stacy Howard, your former
right.
teammate. How is she handling all of the craziness that goes into the team format?
What's nice about Stacy is she has a real cool head about her. So
She does.
she just will come in here, do her thing, and go, and that's it. And I appreciate that very much. What I don't appreciate is that she's with Mike for some reason. You know, we'll see how long that lasts.
Well, yeah, and then you have the corruption angle of this, and so when we get back to the managerial aspect of the match, you see Ken and Grace and everything going on with corruption versus the dungeon. What do you look at? Does one faction have an advantage over the other in your eyes?
Oh dear. I don't know if one has an advantage over the other. I mean, one is much bigger than the other in terms of numbers.
That's
but-
true. We have
but-
corruption that is established, and then you have
13
Dungeon
people
who's been
strong.
nipping on the heels and actually taking some
And
some
growing.
things at the expense of a lot of different factions. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. Loose Cannons versus Crimson Fury. Let's take a look at what each team had to say pre-show right now.
Let's make it happen.
All right, let's do this.
My new partner is gonna be
Loose Cannons, big win, 32 points. Corruption still better than anything Kaiser does.
It's tag team tournament time, Dungeon Heads. Now that we cleaned up the streets of New York City, there's only one thing left to do, boys. Take out Korruption, because I'm sick of seeing Grace's face in this arena.
We're not here for fun and games. We're here to move one step forward to controlling all of this. And we can't do that without the heart and soul of this team. Sassy Stacy Howard welcoming Tim Franco to our set.
Dominated like we knew they would. So whatever's next, we're gonna keep dominating.
We said it from the beginning in our last match. We came here to win. Paul Oyama is undefeated. Well, guess what? I'm undefeated as well, and I didn't need the fan leagues to get here. I got here just because I'm that good.
You're undefeated, but Spinner's Choice ain't gonna help you today, bud. This arm's feeling a little heavy. I think it needs a companion on the other side.
And there he is, the champ, winning that belt.
I can't stand having an asymmetrical partner here. We got to get some gold for this other shoulder.
Let's see if the Loose Cannons can run through this tournament like Grant took Richmond. That's a Civil War reference, Smash.
Why are you guys fans of the dungeon? That's why.
We got Degenerate Neo from the Matrix and his partner, Drunk Jessica Rabbit. We all know that Grace is the brains of that operation.
That's why.
She's just there to change light bulbs.
We're the loose cannons, and Crimson Fury, they're cannon fodder.
Loose cannons is what my grandma calls her boobs when she's not in a bra. So,
Final point.
Wow.
This change, you're just the little nickel and the dime that ends
You know,
up
maybe I should
in the
split to a
center
cutaway
console
on
car.
that.
Loose
Never mind.
change that
Please
no
don't.
one really knows what to do with. Corruption. This is our tournament. It's gonna be our victory.
Still like the fact they're not actually looking at each other.
Shh, don't give away the secrets of the green screen.
It just makes it silly.
You're silly.
Brian, you postulated as much. It is not just about the teammates doing the talking. There's a lot of managers that are barking in there as well.
I mean, and is Grace considered a manager is what I want to know. Are they co-managers, or is it just...
I look at her as
okay.
being the one that pulls all the strings, actually, and then
that's
Ken
true.
is just kind of her mouthpiece.
I
Or maybe
love
that's
that.
just because
I
I
love that.
enjoyed a party recently. Now, look, Brienne, if we get into a tail of the tape situation, I want to know what each team is good at.
He's
Tell
not
me
wrong.
first about Loose Cannons. What are they really hoping to get?
Loose Cannons
A
has
belt?
independent films, directors, and owning expensive belts.
Yes, and those
Look at
belts,
that.
they
There you
get very heavy, so Paul Oyama might be leaning one way more than the other because that belt heavy on the shoulder, and he's been having it for a little bit here.
it's not
And
good
on
for
the
your
other
back.
side of the ledger, we have Crimson Fury. What are their
Crimson
talents?
Fury. They've got
Neither
James
is this
Bond,
couch.
Kurt Russell, and
Yeah, we gotta get
having
rid of this
Mark FedEx their gowns.
I have done that. I have gone to the post office.
And I almost died that night. I will say, I was in the parking lot waiting for Stacy to finally get the gown. She couldn't get it. It was locked somewhere, but I was left in a parking lot alone at like 11 p.m.
What are we talking about?
It's teamwork here that keeps all of us at the movie trivia Schmoedown alive and kicking. And with that, we are about ready to get going here. Brienne, now that you are in a safe studio with a number of people, there's safety in numbers. Are you ready to go in this match?
I am ready to go, Mark.
Then it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown! Loose Cannons versus Crimson Fury. The winner of this match will take on Who's the Boss? Ben Bateman and Mark Riley await one of these two teams. Without further ado, introducing first. Representing the Dungeon, it's Prime Time Paul Oyama and Eric the Z-Man Zipper. Record of 1-0. And you see Paul, you see the belt, you see Z-Man, and there's Kaiser,
Right.
and there's Smith.
Paul's about as liked around here as Antonio Brown.
Smash University and Super Smash Brothers.
Has his own hoodie on, and it does appear that Kaiser, a big Cincinnati Bengals fan.
You know, Mark, I almost drafted A.J. Green in my fantasy league, but as we all know, he's hurt, just like Korruption's about to be.
All right, would have been stronger words if this took place in September when fantasy football mattered. And their opponent, with a record of 1-0 and 1 knockout, representing Korruption, it's Sassy, Stacy,
Isn't that Korruption's music?
Howard,
They're-
and Tim.
They're all
It is-
corru-
it is Korruption.
No, I don't mean Korruption the faction. I mean Korruption as the team.
No, that's the faction music.
Okay.
And here comes Crimson Fury.
That's the way it's going to work next year with all the factions. They're all just going to have
The same music.
faction-wide music.
What is he eating?
A little lollipop.
Like a delicious lollipop that Ken is
Like, this
seductively
is another one of
licking.
those situations where I don't know if I should be offended or turned on. It's a really weird time in my life. It's a really weird time in my life.
constant state.
Ken knapsack and his trademark lollipop.
Mark, I drafted Jim Jensen. It turns out he retired from the NFL 20 years ago.
Yes, that is true on the legendary teams of the Miami Dolphins. with
We're
John
talking about
Cooper.
sports?
All right, well, now that we have
Is that what
the
that
was?
intros and we are set, we have Stacy and Tim and
Get the
Eric
context,
all ready
don't
to go.
actually
I will now do
specifics.
the rules of round number 1.
You know what? I want to do the rules. Is
Oh.
that okay? Can I do that?
The floor
right.
is yours. I'd love to take it.
All right, let's see if I got this. And this is going to be real casual.
The great reading of the rules by Brian Chandler. And now I'm going to go to Crimson Fury, the higher ranked competitors. Stacy, Tim, You guys are seated. All the hubbub with managers and factions, that's done for the time being. Are you all ready to compete in the team match?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right, and I will pose the same question to Challenger. Paul already
Set
looked
your
at his
clocks.
watch. That's a sign that you're prepared. Eric?
Let's do this.
All right, then with that, let's get ready to Schmoedown!
I said it for him. I pay attention.
Don't forget one thing, though.
What's that?
If you get all 8 questions correct, you'll get a bonus question.
Oh, not even. I tell them that. I tell them that like halfway through.
Okay.
If they're halfway through and they're still perfect, then I like to tease them with the carrot. Without further ado, we're going to kick off the
baby
question
carrot.
Round number 1. Brienne, at your ready.
I'm starting
Oh, yeah.
with
Wait, never mind.
comedies.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
Isn't it great when they do?
I know.
Moving on.
Robert De Niro and Zac Efron starred in what 2016 comedy?
All right, I'm going to ask you a hard-hitting question. Who has had a better career thus far, Robert De Niro or Zac Efron?
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, obviously
No
Yes.
Robert De Niro, but
4, 3. I know you're a big High School Musical gal. 2, 1.
Can I get a repeat?
Yes, you did get the repeat just in time.
Okay.
Just in time.
All right, I'll go with it. Robert De Niro and Zac Efron starred in what 2016 comedy?
All right. Another 15
Do I get to
seconds.
talk more about The Greatest Showman because that's the greatest film? Huh? Yeah?
Are either one of them?
Maybe
in
the
there?
greatest musical.
Are either one of them in there? 5.
Zac Efron.
4. He is?
I'm offended.
2. All right, pens down. Stacey Howard, what do you got?
Grandpa?
Gotta be more specific. We're looking for Dirty Grandpa. Not Bad
not
Grandpa
Bad
either.
Grandpa.
Eric, did Tim have
Yeah, I
it?
said bad grandpa.
Good
Paul.
grandpa.
Called Ken Knapsack, Dirty Grandpa.
Ah, thank goodness.
Said bad grandpa.
Got one.
Dirty
Got
Grandpa.
one.
Bad Grandpa was Johnny Knoxville.
All
Yeah.
right, we move on to horror/thriller. And your question for a point: which actress played the title character in the 1976 film Carrie?
Oh, shoot. What was her name?
This movie terrified me.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are afraid of going to the prom anyway.
Prom in general.
It's going to be one of those I'm like, yep, that's it, as soon as I hear it.
Yep.
Everything about the prom.
4, 3. 2. Well, that's a longer answer.
It's not coming.
Pens down. Eric Z-Man Zipper. What do you got?
Sissy Spacek.
It was Sissy Spacek for a point.
Sissy Spacek.
Tim had it as well, Paul.
Incomparable, Sissy Spacek.
And
Stacy
Stacey
Spacek.
Howard.
Nice.
Her
Sissy
fellow
Spacek.
redhead,
What he said.
Sissy Spacek.
And all of them.
All right, Brian, back to you. What's our next
All right,
category?
moving on to directors. Which 1979 Spielberg film stars Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, and Ned Beatty?
Was that Spielberg?
Great comedy team, and then toss Ned Beatty in.
You know, you
Was
gotta
it
have
Spielberg?
one.
I enjoy his entire catalog. Ned
Do
Beatty.
you? What? Tell me something from his catalog.
Toy Story 3, 5.
Also, was that 1979?
3,
Yeah.
2, 1.
John Belushi, I guess
That's
it'd
not
have to
going
be.
first. The Tank.
1941.
It was 1941. Did prime
Oh.
time
Nope.
that?
Still starring Toshiro Mifune, 1941.
Yes, it
Oh.
was. Stacey Howard.
Said 1945.
Ah, so close.
Didn't have it.
And Tim did not have it. So
Nope.
We are still working on
Did you write the same thing I did?
one.
Was it
for
Cocoon?
Grandpa, and that would be Paul because he was the only
Yes,
one
we
who knew
didn't.
the correct
So correct.
adjective to describe Grandpa. Move on to animated films. These are movies drawn by hand or on a computer. And your question: what famous cartoon characters were the subjects of a 2017 animated film subtitled "The Lost Village"? I would defer to you on any and all animated questions. You and
Sometimes
the Tykes.
I'm really good. Yeah,
I mean,
my kids love
what's-
animated films.
what's
Famous
their all-time
cartoons.
favorite?
Yeah,
They-
that's
the
it.
Little Mermaid people, they liking?
I don't. They
5,
don't. It's like whatever's
4,
right in front of them, right?
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
La
Mr.
la
Price
la
first.
la
It is the
la
Smurfs.
la
Stacey
la
Howard.
la.
I said Trolls.
Trolls, good guess, but inaccurate.
The Smurfs.
Had the Smurfs.
Nice.
The Smurfs.
Franco had it as well.
Smurfs.
Smurfing, Smurferson.
All right,
You know I'm
so
gonna have to
it
bleep
is
some of those
64
out.
Bruce
No, you will
Campbell
not.
versus Crimson Fury. Your next question is in what realm?
Action adventure.
Can't
or
say
action
smurfing on this channel.
Slash adventure.
Great guitar
as you
player.
like
I wasn't
to say.
cussing.
Who starred as Jane in 2016's The Legend of Tarzan?
Tell me the
Ooh.
real name of the famed guitar player for Guns N' Roses, Slash.
Didn't you just say Slash?
Yeah, but his real
His actual name. I would not know that. But I do know the two Yardbirds, thanks to you.
2,
I'm not
1.
confident.
Pens down.
Should at least know half her name.
We go
Then I'm
to
confident.
Stacey Howard.
Margot Robbie.
It is Margot
Robbie.
Robbie and Tim. Tim had Emily Blunt.
Margot Robbie.
Paul Oyama.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Still perfect.
I wasn't confident until you said I should have half her name, but then I was confident.
The question is, who directed the 2008 drama The Wrestler?
Yes.
I never saw this.
What's his name? I see his face. Yes.
It sounds like it, based on the director.
Right fast.
Actually, there is a slash guitar riff in the movie. 5, 4, 3,
Oh,
2,
spelling.
1. Pens down, going to you, Eric.
Darren Aronofsky.
That is correct.
Darren Aronofsky.
Tim had it as well. Paul.
Darren Aronofsky.
Remains perfect. Stacey Howard.
Darren Aronofsky.
She had it too.
Darren Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky.
It's
Just
nice.
makes me feel
Got
good.
him.
Everybody's clapping. Nobody's booing. It's a good time here in the studio.
Good time.
10-7, Loose Cannons have a 3-point advantage over Crimson Fury Brand. We have 2 questions left.
Your next question comes in the category of movie quotes. Which Disney animated classic is known for the line, "Always let your conscience be your guide"?
Aren't they all kind of like that?
I mean, this could apply to any and all
I
Disney
mean, couldn't I say
animated
like
films.
The Fox and the Hound?
What
You
if
know?
that's the answer, Mark?
It's not a Disney classic. 5,
I think you just gave it away.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Oof.
Going to you first, Tim.
Spelling.
Pinocchio?
Yes.
Give the man a
Correct.
point. He got it. Prime time.
Didn't have it.
Did not
Ooh.
have it.
We
The
were so
perfect
close.
round is dashed.
Not so perfect.
Stacey Howard.
Neither am I, Cinderella.
Bambi.
And Bambi.
It'd be
okay.
Pinocchio.
Good job,
Oh,
Tim.
boy.
Hey, a lot of
Pinocchio.
guesses. And if you're keeping score at home, that is primetime Paul Oyama's first miss since 2011.
I liked the extra question that was going to
Looking
be
for
available.
Pinocchio. It was a good question.
Oh, well.
Our last category is a Patreon
We're up with
question.
loose
This one
cannons.
goes from Michael Campbell. Michael
Hey,
Campbell.
I know Michael. We go way back.
Yeah,
we
speaking
go
of
way
Michael
back.
Campbell, great guitar
Michael.
player as well. Michael Campbell, thank you, Michael, for your patronage.
As per usual.
If you wanna
Good job, Mr.
support
Campbell.
Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Check it out today. Select which
That's it.
tier is
Thank you.
right for you. We go to Michael Campbell's
Oh,
question.
Michael, like the
Category
Archangel.
of Fantasy slash.
Just had to do it, didn't you?
Dash
Do it.
Fiction.
I didn't talk about the soup.
And his question is for a point. In Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy is revealed to be the son of which Greek god?
All right, if you
Who's
could
his
be the
daddy?
son of a Greek god,
Yeah.
which one
I mean-
would you select?
I'm still going the Fox and the Hound.
Okay,
I know it's off book.
That is a way off
Yeah,
book.
I recently found out that neither one of the Fox or the Hound dies. So I'm happy. 5,
Oh,
4,
spoiler alert.
3, 2. They
not
The
over.
movie's been out for like
Hands
almost
down,
50
Paul
years.
Poseidon.
It is Poseidon.
Oh.
Poseidon.
Stacey had it as well. Eric.
Poseidon.
Z-Man to close it out.
Poseidon.
And we both said
I love it.
Zeus.
Correct answers in round number
I
one.
saw that movie.
It's 12-10 Loose Cannons.
We're only 2.
I didn't even see your answer and I knew you put
points away from
Zeus.
being
Yeah.
tied, so I think this is a really close
I wrote
game.
quickly
I
and
think
it's
the rest of it's gonna be
lightning.
really close
Yeah.
as well. So I'm
You,
looking forward to what's going to happen in round 2.
Yep.
This is the nail in the coffin round. Like this
Not
could
bad.
go
Yeah.
real good for people or real terrible.
Happy with that
There's a lot of
performance.
eyes on the wheel. You care to take a crack at the rules for round number 2?
Okay.
We'd be in this
I mean,
game.
I could try.
It's the wheel
you're,
round.
You're going to go up to the wheel. You're going to spin it. Oh,
In round number 2. So beware. If you don't think you know the answer to the question, ask for multiple choice. The value of the question goes from 2 to 1. When you do that, we'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. All right, we are looking at Loose Cannons having the right to spin first or defer to your red-headed opponents.
Well, you know, they're only the second best team in their faction, but we'll let them go first in this round.
All right, strong words. And so, Tim or Stacy, who wants to spin?
I'm going to spin the wheel.
All right, Tim has declared his intent to spin the wheel.
Paul's really been working on his jabs, and I appreciate
Look
that.
at the jab.
I really
Look at the
appreciate
jab.
that.
I like a nice smile, but hey, I'm just an announcer. All
All
right.
right.
Spinner's choice of
As
opponent.
your
body, work the
manager
body,
would
work the
say,
body.
spin is in.
This could be
Oh.
So close. So close.
the wild, wonderful abs of Brad Pitt. They're spinning
All right.
again. They didn't trust
Sounds
this
like a
slice.
plan.
It was much lower.
What? What did he say he wants? I couldn't hear that.
That's Festival Darlings.
That's
All right. And I
Even
would like
worse
to
for
point out to
some of
everybody
us.
watching in the studio and at home,
Yep.
the entire wheel has been sponsored by our good friend Emil Kuliev. How about it?
Hey, Emil.
Emir Kuliev. Thank you, Emir, for sponsoring and his slices were coming.
Thank
of
you,
age
Mr.
and Brad
Kuliev.
Pitt. They spun away from Brad Pitt, but he
I got
sponsored
nothing.
the whole dang wheel. Oh, we're going to say the name anyway. Thank you, Emir.
Thanks, Amir.
And now we
Can't
move
make a
on
suit
to
joke about that.
Festival Darlings. Stacy, Tim, your darlings of the league, but do you know anything about darlings of festivals?
We're going to find out right now.
Yeah, that wasn't a
We
yes
are.
or no. We'll just ask him. All right, so you're ready, Brianne Chandler.
I get to start. Okay. Hitting it off at the Cannes Film Festival, who plays the lead Betty in 2001's Mulholland Drive?
Naomi
Watts.
Yep.
Naomi Watts.
That is correct for 2
2
points.
points, and just like that,
Solid.
we are tied.
Am I continuing?
You
Or-
are continuing.
Oh,
You
okay,
Thanks for the
it's
help
me.
on that.
Hey. What is the profession of
That's how
Tony,
teams work.
who Ellis falls for in the movie Brooklyn?
Is it cop?
He's a plumber.
That is correct for 2 points.
Correct.
Yeah, he's a cop who arrests toilets.
Life changes for Malcolm, a geek who's surviving life in a tough neighborhood, after a chance invitation to an underground party leads him and his friends into a Los Angeles adventure in what Sundance favorite? Huh. That's a
Dope.
question.
It's a wordy one. They might change
It
it
is.
early,
That's going to get real
We're
small.
gonna need multiple choice on that.
All right. Is it A, Dear White People,
Eh?
B, Simple, C, One Day at a Time, or D, Dope? And we'll need your answer in.
4.
We're gonna go with dope.
That is correct for 1 point.
Good job. Boom. You got the 2 on that one.
Your next question. Who plays car dealer and Baptist preacher Marshall Emmons in Boy Erased? Did I say that correct?
You nailed it.
Michael Keaton.
It is Boy.
Well, okay, thank you.
That one I'm not as confident on.
Boy Erased.
Denzel Washington.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Your options are A, Joel Edgerton, B, Russell Crowe, C, Guy Pearce, D, Jake
Guy
Gyllenhaal.
Pearce.
I'll say it was Jake Gyllenhaal.
We'll need your answer in 5, 4, 3.
Joel Edgerton.
The answer is Russell Crowe.
And that's a very quick
correct for the
steal,
steal.
and they're going to get it for a point.
Nice.
That is Loose Cannons taking the point and closing the gap to 2 with 2 questions remaining for Crimson Fury.
All right. Your next question. What documentary, which premiered at Sundance, follows the 2 African-American high school students in Chicago as they strive towards making it to the NBA?
Multiple choice.
The multiple choice options are A, More Than a Game, B, The Heart of the Game, C, Hoop Dreams, or D, Unguarded.
Hoop Dreams.
Hoop Dreams.
That is correct for a point.
There they go.
And I don't know, I mean,
Good
sure,
guess.
Crimson Fury, 3-point
Schmoedown
lead.
that.
It would really do
Yeah.
them well to get this last question correct and give themselves what is potentially a 5-point lead going into the Loose Cannon spin.
All right, here we go. Final question. What 2017 indie drama tells the story of an aspiring young rapper struggling to achieve her dream in poverty?
Oh, what's her name?
Is that Aquafina?
No, it's the white rapper girl.
Sure.
Blonde hair.
Iggy Azalea?
Multiple choice, please.
I'll get it here.
Your multiple choice options are A, Ingrid Goes
No.
West.
Patty
B,
Cakes.
120 beats
Oh.
per minute. C, Patty Cakes. D, Faces Places.
Can we get the options one more time?
You can. This is the only time we'll give them to you again.
The
JT will
options are A, Ingrid Goes West. B, 120 beats per minute. C, Patty Cakes. D, Faces Places.
It's a patty cake $sign.
Patty cakes.
Yep.
That is correct for a point.
All right, and so
And a $sign at the end.
it's a $sign for the
That's right.
17
Patty
to
cake
13.
$sign.
Crimson Fury maneuvering their way around the category that they just didn't necessarily
I missed
want,
that
although you
musical
can consider
artist.
Festival
K
Darkness
$sign,
Loose
huh?
Cannons. So now that's off the board as they approach the wheel. When
Here
you're
we go,
ready,
Loose Cannons.
I heard that joke
Let's
somewhere.
do
I just can't
this.
remember where it was from.
All right, prime time with the spin.
Wow.
Jeez.
Good form on that spin, getting the back into it. It starts with the legs and it goes up
I
and
feel
around.
like it's just going to fall off one day.
Coming
Coming
of
of
age.
He's like, I'll take it.
They're going to take it.
Not even
discussing that.
Coming of age
All
movies,
right.
they were ready for it. All right, gentlemen, you get 6 questions. Each one is worth.
Oyama's like, I got it. Don't worry
What
about
is
it.
Oyama bad at?
Yes.
Coming of age films. Who plays the difficult and wealthy boyfriend Trent of Duncan's mother in The Way, Way Back?
Is it Steve Carell?
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yes, it is.
Correct.
And they cut the lead to a mere 2 points.
Now I'm going to get that confused with The Way Back with Ben Affleck coming out soon.
Yeah.
Who stars as a charismatic teen genius named Chris Knight in 1985's Real Genius?
Val Kilmer.
2 more points and we're tied.
Jeez.
Loose Cannon's tied.
Running
with
it.
Crimson Fury.
Yep.
All right. What school subject did Max Fisher say he saved in
Art.
Rushmore?
Latin.
He did save
Oh.
Latin.
Good.
And now Loose Cannon's enjoying.
That's a Wes Anderson movie. You should have known that.
Benefit of having a partner who is still coming of age.
Ah, there you go.
Or just one that knows the answers.
Seen a lot of these movies.
I mean,
they know the next one.
nice.
Halfway through your round number 2. Your 4th question for 2 points. Which actress plays the title character in the teen comedy I Love You, Beth Cooper?
Save the Cheerleader.
Oh, Hayden Panettiere.
Yes.
Hayden Panettiere.
Give him 2 more points.
Once again,
And
I was
those
falling
are
asleep
thus
last night to
far.
remember the Titans.
At least you remember to watch it because it's on Disney Plus.
remaining.
Yep.
You know what else is on Disney
Coming of
Plus?
age.
Who
Are they gonna
cares?
get both perfect?
Mandalorian. It's great. Check it out.
They got 4 that say they will.
Also, that delightful Jeff Goldblum show.
Boyhood takes place in what United States?
Texas.
Yeah, that's what I would say because
Has a lot of
It was filmed here.
Richard
2 more
Linklater
points.
He films everything in Austin.
in Austin. Yeah.
Which is where we're at.
Right. Your last question.
In Austin.
For 2 more points.
I've actually seen the Boyhood actor at
potentially 8-point lead
HEB.
going
Yeah,
into
which is
round
our
number
local
3
grocery
if
store
you can get
chain,
this one.
by the way.
In the 1992 movie School Ties, Matt Damon's character cheats on a final exam on what subject near the
Math.
end of the movie?
Math or science, the most cinematically impressive.
We're gonna go multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is
Ooh.
A, chemistry, B, French, C, history,
chemistry or
D,
calculus?
Calculus.
We're gonna go calculus.
That is incorrect for a 1
Ooh.
point steal. Your multiple choice options is it A, chemistry,
Mm.
B, French, C, history, or D, calculus? Be a nice steal.
Steel could matter.
He cheated.
Crimson Fury.
What does that do?
Did he write the answers in his ship?
History?
That is correct for a point. How did he
Ooh.
cheat?
That steel could matter.
Yeah.
Cheat, and then the professor found
5 point
it on the
difference.
ground.
Matt Damon,
Someone
that
cheated.
cheater, that Goodwill Hunting, he cheated. That's how he knows
Spoiler.
all the answers. So that is a point. A steal
Crimson Fury get all theirs
for
correct,
Crimson
and Loose
Fury,
Cannons
and
missed
that
their
cuts the lead to
5-pointer.
5 points as we venture on into round number 3. 5 points separates them. This is the round that's going to decide the match. So lest we go into a sudden death overtime, Brienne, in round number 3, each team is going to give us a series of numbers. Cannons, you can give us your series of numbers first. These numbers can be anything under the sun as long as it is within 1 to 20.
17, 8, and 12.
17, 8, and 12. And Crimson Fury, any numbers from 1 to 20 that are not 17, 8, or 12?
6, 15, and 16.
6, 15, and 16. All right, I'll be asking the questions too. Crimson Fury. Brian will be asking Loose Cannons their questions. Should they need to be asked any questions?
I mean, it's possible they don't.
Could
but
be
they
in technical
probably
knockout
will.
range. All right, so Crimson Fury, you selected number 6 for your 2-point question. And that corresponds to the category of romance. Romance. Who wants to take it?
Okay, I will take it.
All right, Stacy Howard is going to
I'm a
take
romantic bitch.
this for her. 2 points. Your question is, who stars alongside Billy Crystal as the
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Harry Met Sally?
Meg Ryan.
2 points
Nice work.
for Crimson Fury.
That's like one of the easiest 2-pointer
That would
questions
be a
ever.
2-point question right there.
All right, so your next numbers that you selected was number 15. So Tim the Tank, this one is going to be up to you. And that category
Gonna tie it up, maybe. Maybe.
happens to be thriller movies.
Okay. Okay.
Thriller movies.
It's a
And
thriller.
your
Please stop.
question is, in Get Out, what does Missy Armitage call the location when someone
The sunken
enters
place.
the
The sunken
void
place, yeah.
while being hypnotized in the 2017 horror movie?
The Sunken Place.
3 points
And
for
tie the
Crimson
game.
Fury, and we are now tied. With
Easiest 2 and
the
3-pointer
successive
questions
order of
ever.
TKO and forth the hand of Loose Cannons.
Well,
right.
the
Two
2-pointer
answers
at
to
least. The
questions correct.
3-pointer
So,
only if you've seen the
Brianne,
movie.
Loose Cannon selected number 17
Or
for their 2-point
kept
question.
up with any of the pop culture
What
around
does
it.
that correspond to?
That corresponds to 90s movies.
Who would like it?
I'll take it.
All right, Eric is going to take it.
All right, here we go. Who plays astronaut Jim Lovell in Ron Howard's Apollo
Tom Hanks.
13?
Yep.
Gary Sinise.
That is
Incorrect. Looking for Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Houston, we have a problem, and that problem is the Loose Cannons need to get a question right here.
Wow.
They do. They need it.
is
That
an
wasn't
issue.
hard to pull.
Going to 8.
That's right.
Yeah.
Corresponds with something.
That corresponds to the wild, wacky world of.
80s. Going
Right.
from the 90s to the 80s. Next will probably be the 70s. So we'll see how that goes.
Are doing the 80s, and this one is going to be asked to prime time.
All right, Paul. In 1980's Flash Gordon, what is the
Uh-oh.
name of the evil emperor played by Max von Sydow?
Ming the
Ming,
Merciless.
yeah.
That is correct.
Ming.
Merciless.
Oh,
I knew that one.
It's Flash!
I believe that's who Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks were going to explore. Ming had taken over the moon in Apollo 13.
What?
And they had to go to the moon to stop. It's history,
This
Brianna.
sounds amazing.
Yeah. I cheated on my test. I love Matt.
Crib sheet.
All right, so now we go back to Crimson
Wow.
Fury. Not a lot of pressure, just your 5-point
Just have
question.
to do it.
And
You
if
have to get this.
If you get it right, you're going to force the hand of Loose Cannons to answer their 5-pointer. If you miss it, then Loose Cannons will advance to the next round of the tournament, and they will be playing Who's the Boss. So,
And it will continue Paul's domination of never losing.
that's right, and
That's
Eric's.
just how it is.
Eric's as well.
I mean, really?
You just want to know.
I mean, what?
You want to know. Tim, Stacy, you said number 16 for your 5-point question, and that corresponds to biopics. Biopics.
Them darn biopics.
And your question. In the world of biopics, who stars as Truman's friend and partner Harper Lee in the 2005 film Capote?
nope.
Catherine Keener?
We're going to have Loose Cannons answer a question now.
Nice.
Ooh.
Gotta keep you in suspense.
Jeez, Ellis, way to sit on that one.
Worked on the
I'm
stone.
sweating!
We practice our stone face,
I
so
mean, I practice my stone face every day of my life.
every time you talk to the kids, you keep in line. Crimson Fury now has a 2-point lead over Loose Cannons, and so Loose Cannons, it all comes down to this. Like I said,
Uh-oh.
there was no pressure for Crimson Fury. It's a little more pressure for Loose Cannons now because Loose
It all
Cannons.
comes down to this.
They did select number 12.
16. Oh, wait, no, 12. Yes,
This selects
you're
number
correct.
12 for your 5-point question.
And it is family films. I know something about this.
Films. All right. Family films.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Name 2 of the 3 names given to the kids in the 3
Colt.
Ninjas series.
Tum Tum. Rocky. Rocky, Colton, Tum Tum. Got all 3 ninjas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Challenges. There's Jake.
That's how we play.
4, 3,
Repeat.
2.
Name 2 of the 3 names given to the kids in the 3 Ninjas series.
They know, they're just wanting to make sure that they know.
One more.
If they need to spend it. Crimson Fury can only watch. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat.
Repeat it, question.
That's your last
The
one.
last one. Name 2 of the 3 names given to the kids in the 3 Ninjas series.
Just need 2 of the names.
Come on, Dungeon.
Andy and Tommy.
Nope. They're out.
And your winner!
I'll field that question and remain undefeated. It's Rocky, Tum Tum, and Colt.
Crimson Fury!
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
And Tum Tum, just like Tim the Tank had said for Crimson Fury. They had
Nope, there goes our perfect bracket.
Yep. Cheers. Now it's broken, but not busted. We'll probably touch upon this here in a little bit.
Yep. And Tim the Tank Franco. So finally also
Stacy Howard did again.
For Ears Man Zipper, and you are shocked.
I am shooketh.
Tell us.
Is that what people say?
Give
Wow.
us your honest emotional response to this.
I didn't believe that Paul could ever actually lose at this game.
That's it.
And now
prevailing
that
belief.
has happened.
Yeah.
And
so
I once again shook it.
where do we go from here, man? I know where the tournament goes. Is it loose cannons? Now the individual members have to regroup, see what happens in the draft with them next season. And for Crimson Fury, is this the start of a
that's going to be interesting.
Cinderella story run for them, because they're going up next against
now Oyama's probably safe.
Howard and Mark Riley have some recent history
as long as he retains the belt.
And then Smets will
It wasn't a close defeat like she defeated
probably get the belt.
the previous year.
I remember.
It was
And
not
Smets will
close
probably
like
be
that.
safe
She
no matter
actually,
what
like,
anyways.
kicked his ass.
She did.
I mean,
He'll at least be a first-round pick for Kaiser.
I think it's okay.
But keep in mind that Dagnino can steal that.
Yeah.
I think that this is something that Who's the Boss is going to really have to look at Crimson Fury. And I mean, I think
the only thing this hurts is Eric's chances of staying in the dungeon.
We're playing a team. We're not taking out any personal vendettas or revenge, but maybe Mark Riley feeds
Which
on that
maybe
kind
we
of
might
stuff.
see something about that here in a second.
Remain to see who prevails in the tournament going forward. Right now, we have an interview with, it surprised Brianne, and it surprised me a little bit as well. Jen, the loser, it's loose cannons.
Yeah, guys, I think we're all a little surprised right now. I'm sure.
You mean by the terrible questions, like the sunken place being a 3-point question? That's what I'm shocked about. But sorry, I interrupted you.
Catherine Keener? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the picture page edition of Schmoedown.
They got the name of a famous actress from a successful movie, and we had the 3 Ninjas kids? I'm not 8 anymore.
You may not be 8 anymore. Paul might be, but we still have to know these type of polls, you know. Unfortunately, like, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles when it comes to questions. I'm sure you're used to this by now, no, Kaiser? You're still marching towards, obviously, your bid for Manager of the Year. How do you think this impacts that?
Marching towards. I think I've come like a comet at Manager of the Year. There's no question. This is a one-off. This is a disgrace.
Well, I'm really sorry for your loss today, guys. Did you think that when they spun Festival Darlings that you guys had it locked?
No, I think it's naive to ever think you have the game in the bag. You know, we knew they had their questions, and we still had yet to spin, so we didn't know what was going to happen. And you know, we just got to play our game. You know, things didn't work out, but you know, the only difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is the way that you use them. And I think that what we're going to do here is platform ourselves into the next stratosphere and take next season by storm as a team.
You know what I think happened? I think Grace is like the Edward Snowden of this league. She must have hacked the questions or done something, okay? I know Ken doesn't know how to use a computer. He's still figuring out the speak and spell. But I'm sure that she went in there and did something. I call BS. Can I show up? Go ahead.
I'll take some of the blame for overthinking my 2-pointer. I should have known Tom Hanks. He's the star of that movie, and I thought, oh no, that's too easy. Had to have been one of the other guys. But that's what I get for thinking, I guess.
So while this ends your bid, obviously, in the teams tournament, Paul, we will be seeing you again at Spectacular. What do you have there?
I got art. It's back to school season. Some of my fans in New York City, Cara and Tara, what's her name? Cara and Zoe. Cara and Zoe.
Cool, guys.
Little dungeon heads. Thank you.
Well, I knew you didn't do it because the penmanship was too good. Anyways, I'm sorry about your loss today, guys. Paul will be seeing you again at Spectacular. All right, tough loss, Dungeon. Back to you guys.
All right, so Brianne, clearly Kaiser not happy about his team's loss, but I think that was pretty classily handled by both Paul and Eric. You know, there wasn't a lot of questioning who got asked what. There was just simply, hey, you know what? They need to regroup. They need to not ever think that the game is in the bag when it's premature to do so. And I do think that this is a loss that could potentially make both competitors individually, maybe as a team, better down the road.
Absolutely. And I do like that they are able to say, you know what, I missed this question and that was on me. I like it when people take ownership of their own mistakes rather than put it on something else, like some managers like to say.
Hey, well,
but, you know,
we're
that's just how it goes.
About to hear from some more managers, the competitors, and of course Jen Sturger is now going to have an interview with the winning team, Crimson Fury. Jen, I'm sure it's all smiles over in your corner.
It really is, Mark, and we've got to figure out a way to fit more people backstage because it's getting a little insane back here with the size of these factions. Crimson Fury, Stacy, you continue to be a bracket buster. How are you guys feeling?
Right now, I am very thankful to have Stacy as my partner because she really carried us in the second half of that match.
That was John Mariano's kids that did the art.
Well. I made
Kaiser.
a mistake
Yeah.
and didn't go with her
That's
top
awesome.
one question, so we should have got another question right. But, in the end, we came out on top, and, that's how we thought it was always going to be.
And I mean, he carried us in the beginning. He got us the points that we needed to at least catch up to them, and then I brought it home. So it's called teamwork, people. Maybe take a peek.
Were you a little nervous when they spun Festival Darlings, Ken?
The only Darling that should matter is Ron Darling, whose 15 wins and 2.81 ERA helped the 86 Mets win the World Series. But we got through it, and that's all that matters.
Not only is that sports,
You
that's
always
old
amaze me with
sports.
your baseball facts. I feel like you missed your calling.
Is he eating a pixie stick?
Can I say something? The Dungeon, they train hard, they work hard. Kaiser, he gets to go report to his work release counselor every Friday that he did a good job. Everything's great. But, in NFL, you play 60 minutes. You play to the final minute. Baseball, you play to the final pitch. In the Schmoedown, finish the sucker. The game's not over until the very end, and we proved that today.
Did Paul Oyama's little dig at you get you at all?
You know what? God bless him. He's making his dreams come true. The game's changed. New generation's here. The fans have moved in, and he's so great. You know why? Because I got 17 jobs. He wakes up in the morning, his mom makes him breakfast, and he studies. Of course he's going to do good. I got to go live a life. So do they. But we won.
Up next, Stacy, it's a very familiar face for you. You may have knocked him out of the singles tournament. Who's the boss? How are you feeling?
I feel strong. I feel good. We feel good. This is the winning pair right here.
I think we're going to show them who the boss really is. I mean, Stacy kind of already showed him that, but I guess he needs to show him a second time.
Yeah.
We'll knock him out of this tournament, too.
Ooh. All right. On that note, I'm going to send it back to the desk because it needs to cool off back here.
All right. I mean, Brian, I don't know what I'm more impressed with. The victory from Crimson Fury, the fact that Ken Knapsack was able to finish that entire lollipop in the span of one match.
I'm so glad that you said that
Right?
because I was going to say, how did he finish that so quickly? It's one of the twisty ones.
It's a lot of licks.
Did you ever see the owl?
Tootsie Pop.
Old Mr. Owl?
3 licks.
Anyway,
He
it was
can
a
never-
well-played match by
2,
both teams.
3.
He can never make it through without biting.
3.
That's the game, and so Crimson Fury will move on to play Who's the Boss. And I want to thank everybody out there watching our match here today, especially our Movie Trivia Schmoedown patrons. Check out our Patreon today. Select which tier is right for you. Speaking of the Patreon, the person that helped us get this whole thing rolling is sitting to my right, Miss Movies herself,
That's
Brianne
right.
Chandler. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brianne.
I've kept the lights on for you. I've helped it.
Lights
just a little
work.
push.
If we could make sure the AC stays on as well,
That would be really
That would
nice.
be great. For Miss Movies, I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Make sure you guys continue to stay tuned to the team tournament. The Ultimate Schmoedown rolls on. It's going to be Crimson Fury versus Who's the Boss and some other juicy matchups as well. So we'll see you real soon around the movie trivia, a Schmoedown.
Someday we'll have a perfect bracket, but that day is not today.
Well, kind of like I was saying before in the previous video, I was kind of happy that we got a broken piece on here now, because that was entertaining. That was some good, edgier seat. Loose cannons are going to win this? Nope. Crimson Fury wins.
Now, here's the thing. I honestly do not believe 100% at all that is the big, oh my gosh, upset that you think it is.
No, it's not.
Because Tim Franco is great.
It's not a huge upset, but I mean, going into, if you were just looking at those teams together, I would think most people would probably have gone with loose cannons.
Only because there's a champion on it. But yeah, I wouldn't call that an upset in the same vein that Stacy versus Riley was an upset. But I will give it that does put a loss on Paul Oyama's record.
Yeah. And how is that going to potentially affect him going into Spectacular? Probably not at all.
Not at all, except now he's for sure guaranteed to not have to do 2 matches.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. 2 matches, yeah. Because he's going to be having to focus on defending that belt at Spectacular up against either Bibiani or Bateman. So it's probably a good thing that they're not going into the Spectacular because he can focus on retaining that belt.
In which Bibiani or Bateman will have to play 2 matches at the Spectacular.
Yeah.
So that leaves a nice little advantage in Oyama's corner for that.
Yep.
Going back to Crimson Fury, so we're going to get the teams rematch of Stacy Howard versus Mark Riley. I'm hoping for a little retribution here, especially because we still have Who's the Boss winning through this.
Yep.
Now, I would have said, and we'll probably touch upon this again in the Who's the Boss video, that Who's the Boss versus Loose Cannons, I think, was going to be a very tight game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Oyama would have given Who's the Boss a little bit of a run there. I don't know. I kind of think that Who's the Boss may have the edge over Crimson Fury in this.
Yeah.
But that's what I was saying at the beginning of this video with Loose Cannons. So
as far as our bracket goes, like we had with Stacy beating Mark before, I don't think much changes beyond the next match.
It's a small crack in the corner, much like the Mark Riley versus Stacy Howard.
Yeah, it's gonna end up, in my opinion, I'm sure your opinion too, that Who's the Boss is gonna beat Crimson Fury and then go on to the next round.
In which that side of our bracket is still
intact.
Safe. Yeah,
just a little scratch.
Yeah,
just a little scratch there. But that being said, if that little scratch, like a little chip in the windshield, if that chip isn't taken care of real quickly, that crack can grow. And if that chip that we call Crimson Fury isn't taken care of by Who's the Boss, guess what? The entire windshield is shattered.
Yeah.
Did you like that little metaphor there?
Yeah, it was...
Yeah, so basically Crimson Fury holds the future of our bracket in the palm of their stupid Korruption hands.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was a fantastic match. Absolutely loved it.
Yep.
Can't wait to see what's going to happen on future videos.
I just know that the future of the dungeon is kind of shaky with at least one of the 3 players currently in the dungeon.
And it really does feel like everything's going to come down to the end of the season to being dungeon versus Korruption. Kind of seeing where it goes from there. I mean, we do still have potentially like Founding Fathers, Horsemen, on board with this, and who knows where that one might come to as well.
But I mean, yeah, predicting as far as teams go, it's not going to be the Founding Fathers versus Crimson Fury, but it's definitely going to be Smets versus Kalinowski at the Spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Which, hey, people can get tickets to that still, I think.
Yes, you can. You can pick up tickets at theschmoedownlive.com. Tickets are surprisingly still available. Go get those tickets.
They won't be for long.
This is going to be a stacked show. We already know who's playing most of these matches. It's going to be phenomenal. Everybody's going to be there, including us. Not that I'm saying that hey,
we're the reason you go.
We're the reason you need to go to this. No, the Schmoedown's the reason you need to go to that. It's the reason we're going to that.
Also, they're doing like a little Schmoecon, little Schmo convention sort of thing beforehand all day. The whole event is running all day. So grab those tickets, join in, fun. Hang out with people, see everybody, meet all competitors, all that jazz.
And if you can't go, make sure you go to that very same website, theschmoedownlive.com, to pick up the live stream tickets for that. Also, make sure you go over to the Schmoedown Entertainment Network YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe over there. Hop on their live streams. Make sure you help them out on the super chats. Anything you can do on there will help them out greatly, and I know they would very much appreciate that, including hopping on the Patreon for them and choosing the tier that works for you.
That was the longest run-on sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I kind of hate periods and semicolons. I just keep going.
Clearly.
Anyways, for us, make sure you follow us on social media. We are at Cinefanatics MLP on Twitter and Instagram. We are stepping up our social media game as we close out this year. Make sure you follow us. Yeah, I know, kind of, sort of.
Half step.
Yeah.
We'll get there, don't worry.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us so you can
Big
stay...
old staircase.
so you can stay up to date with what we're doing. One of the things that we are doing is going to be a YouTube live stream on November 26th. That is a Tuesday night. It is going to be at 9:30 Central Time. Make sure you are on our channel, subscribe to us so you'll be notified when it's about to happen. Join us in the live stream as we talk movies, Schmoedown, personal views on various things.
Chocolates from Bosnia.
If we can get some. I don't know if there's a... Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, make sure you follow us and hop on that live stream. It's going to be a fun event. You can subscribe to us by hitting the subscribe button that's down at the bottom of this video, or you can hit the subscribe button that's right up above his head, floating up there. Yep. Over here off to the side are a couple of other videos that we have made that you can watch. Click those if you like to see them. And as always...
McClunky!
What? Yeah. What did you say?
Just say bye.
Later.
See ya.
What was that word?
I have spoken!